So it is being reported that Barcelona have negotiated a deal with their former player that is named Xavi to take over for I don't even know how to pronounce the Barcelona's coach's name. Yeah, I know it's like Sit Etienne or something like that. I know that's a team name, but it's similar to that. So when it comes to this announcement being made and Xavi going to take over at the end of the season, it was very much expected. Barcelona fans can't wait for the presidential election next year because they want somebody to become the new president. This president for Barcelona has made some horrible, horrible, horrible decisions. And when I mean horrible decisions, come on. Bringing in the guy you fired Valverde, which actually most of the players didn't want Valverde, and when Valverde did get fired, Valverde was actually doing a lot better than the current coach is right now, and Messi was a lot happier with Valverde in than this guy. And then I think it was yesterday, Messi announced that he had canceled renegotiation for his contracts with Barcelona because his contract expires at the end of the next season. So there's a possibility now. Well, before this announcement came with Xavi, going to replace him, there was a possibility that Messi could actually leave Barcelona. But now that Xavi's going to be the head coach coming into next season, yeah, I highly doubt that. And the reason why I highly doubt that is because Messi and Xavi know each other, so Xavi's gonna want to do what's best for the club and to help Messi out because he knows how it feels to go out on a high. Because you remember Messi started playing with Xavi when Messi started getting good. Xavi was towards the end of his career. Xavi is actually currently head coaching in Qatar, I think. I forgot the name of the team, but he's going to replace the coach of Barcelona right now at the end of the season. And the transfers that Barcelona made in the past couple of years have really, really been questionable. Coutinho did not work out for them. They sold Neymar and barely didn't do anything with that type of money. They bought in Ousmane Dembele. They bought in Lenglet. Those two players have been really, really decent for them, but they don't play at all. And really, in my honest opinion, they don't really trust in their youth academy because that La Masia Youth Academy used to be so good. It produced talents like Xavi, produced talents like Puyol, it produced talents like Iniesta, and even Messi. That La Masia Academy is probably one of the best youth academies in the world. I'd probably say it's up there with the Ajax Academy and the Bayern Academy because those produce some very, very good players. So now that Xavi is going to be the Barcelona coach after next season, I'm going to tell you some players that are definitely going to be sold now that Xavi's going to be head coach. Griezmann is the first one. Griezmann is not worth $100 million that they bought him over for, and they had to pay Atletico Madrid an extra couple amount of money for that Griezmann transfer. Suarez is getting towards old age now, and I know, yes, so when Xavi was still towards the end of his Barcelona career, that's when Suarez just joined. But still, Suarez is getting to an old age now, and Messi wants to win now because Messi's getting towards that age when he's going to have to retire. Vidal. Same thing going here, and I don't really feel like he's a Barcelona player out and out. Now, the one thing I have a problem with in the past couple days that Barcelona have announced is the signing of Pjanic. This is probably the reason why the coach is going to get played. Because that is probably one of the worst negotiations Barcelona has ever pulled off. You're swapping a 29-year-old midfielder for a 23-year-old midfielder. They swapped Arthur for Pjanic. Who won the better? All right, let me ask you a question. Who got the better of that deal? It's Juventus. 23-year-old Brazilian who's going to be very good in that midfield versus a 29-year-old I think he's from Bosnia, 29-year-old midfielder. That is probably one of the worst negotiations. They've been getting a lot of old players when they need to get players that towards in their prime. They could have been getting guys like Haaland. They could have been getting guys like Paul Pogba. But yet they spend on most of Barcelona's transfers in the past couple of years have been around the age of 28 to 32. What is that? Now, when it comes to the signings I think Barcelona should make, let me go through their team real quick. Goalkeeper, Ter Stegen's going to stay. Their backup goalkeeper, Neto, is going to stay. Right back, they have Sergio Roberto is probably going to stay there. Semedo possibly will be leaving. They have Wade. their young right back that will probably become the backup right back. Center back, PK, Langlais, and Umtiti will probably leave, so it's going to be PK and Langlais. And I think they have Todibo on loan at Schalke, so that could become a future pairing for them. Two French defenders in the backfield. Left back is not really that much of a problem. They have Junior Firpo and they have Jordi Alba. The midfield is the same thing there. They have Carlos Solange on loan. They have Sergio Busquets. They have Frankie de Jong. They have Pjanic now. Who else? They have Vidal currently going on. They have Rakitic, who I feel like shouldn't even be a Barcelona player right now. And then we get to attack. The attack is probably Barcelona's most main problem. Now, they do have the young guy that is Ansu Fati, who's tipped to be the next Messi for Barcelona. But they still need a lot more attacking options. They need more options on the bench because besides Fati and besides Dembele, Suarez, and Messi, they don't really have anyone. They brought in Braithwaite because Suarez got injured, and this guy is nowhere near good to be playing for a level like Barcelona. And I really actually think that's it. I don't really. They loaned out Carlos Perez and Roma. I think they actually sold Carlos Perez to Roma. And besides that, they have Marc Cucurella on loan. He actually no. I think he got signed by Getafe. So really, Barcelona don't really have that much options. I've heard that they have a loan guy that's technically theirs, but it's not really theirs. In Emerson, the right back from Brazil that plays for Real Betis. So technically, they didn't want to have a backup option for Sergio Roberto. Semedo did get sold. There's your option for there. So you look at that Barcelona team, and you think, there's not many places that like they could sign. Center back, if they sell him Titi, center back is definitely an option. PK is 33 years of age. PK is not getting any younger, and PK is kind of really, really slow when it comes to his speed. Center midfielder, Busquets, Vidal, Rakitic, all getting up there in age. Yes, they have Ricky Puig, who looks to be one of the best young midfielders that Barcelona does have, so they got a very good guy in there. But I would just say let them get another midfielder to come on as backup. And then the main problem is their attack. Left wing is sorted because they got Dembele and Fati. Striker, they need a new number 9, and they need a backup striker. Now the striker I would probably sign for Barcelona is not Lautaro Martinez, it's Anthony Martial. That's the thing is, if Barcelona really want a quick guy, a very young guy, and a guy that can score goals, Anthony Martial would probably not even cost you that much. Manchester United may not want to sell to Barcelona, but maybe Barcelona could work out a swap deal with Manchester United. So that's who I'd probably sign as striker. Messi's obviously going to stay at right wing. When it comes to backup right winger, I've heard they sign Trincao, from a right winger from FC Braga or SC Braga in Portugal. So that's going to be their backup right winger. And when it comes to the backup striker that Barcelona are going to need in terms of next season, the backup striker is actually a tough option. Actually, hold on. When it comes to striker, I'd probably go for the guy that plays for Atlanta United, that is Joseph Martinez, because he seems to be getting right into his prime and scoring a lot of goals. Now, I would definitely miss him because I'm an Atlanta United fan, but he'd be a very good striker for Barcelona. But in terms of their backup striker, that's a really, really tough option because there's not that much good backup strikers that you have out there. So I really have to think about this one. I'd probably go for let's say Chelsea don't want to pay Tammy Abraham. Barcelona go out and buy Tammy Abraham because a lot of English players have done very well when it comes to being outside of the Premier League. So maybe Tammy Abraham could be the backup striker, or maybe he could be the striker for Barcelona. But in terms of this news that Xavi is going to be the coach next season, I'm very, very excited for this. I hope they get a new president because I want to see Barcelona back competing for a Champions League. Because it's weird. This season's probably been Barcelona's worst season in the past couple of years, and it's because of the new head coach. Because this head coach doesn't know what he's doing, and the lineups that he's doing and substitutions that he's doing, he doesn't really know what he's doing. He deserved to be fired, and now he's going to be replaced by the legendary player that is Xavi. So I'm very excited for it. But yeah, peace.